Derek Smith, policy, persuasive speech.
When most people think of deer, they envision Bambi with wide, brown, pitiful eyes. However, in reality, deer are very destructive animals who ruin crops and cause more car accidents and human deaths than most people think. The U.S. government should pass a law which declares that deer can be hunted all year round in all parts of the country. The problem with having deer season only certain times of the year is that deer populations explode and wreaks havoc with our ecosystem and society. Currently, each state is allowed to set their deer hunting seasons, and in off-season, deer become overpopulated, which causes many problems in our society. The U.S. government should step in and override state laws and declare that deer can be hunted year-round. There are many advantages to having open deer seasons, and smaller deer herds will be beneficial to our society as a whole and will save human lives, property, and other wildlife. Currently, the state of Kansas has very strict deer hunting seasons. Because of this, deer herds are becoming overpopulated and are wreaking havoc with our ecosystem. Deer are altering the ecology of forests and are stripping them of their native vegetation and eliminating places for other wildlife to live, according to Andrew Revkin of the New York Times. Right now, only bucks with limited doe hunting in small numbers. They should be hunted all the time to stop accidents and also diseases. Deer spread Lyme's disease and other diseases among livestock. Deer are struck by vehicles more than 1 million times a year, without the accidents killing more than 100 people annually and causing a lump sum of more than $1 billion in damage, according to the federal wildlife officials. Deer devour all kinds of plants, saplings, and crops, which cause nearly $1 billion in damage, federal wildlife officials say. Deer are prone to chronic wasting diseases, and when killed, their meat cannot be eaten, instead just wasted or thrown away. Deer are becoming more aggressive and will attack humans when viewed as a threat to their territory. Deer are known to damage property, fences, gardens, trying to look for food from overpopulation. Because deer are so dangerous to our ecosystem and our community, there are many possible solutions that can be tried to control the amount of deer we have. In order to reduce the deer population and make the world a safer place, there are many different routes to try. Deer season should not be confined to a small window of time. Instead, deer season should be considered open hunting. Also, instead of only being able to hunt bucks and doe, hunters should have a less restriction of hunting, and females who are actually causing more of the damage are higher in population members. Scientific American report says that laws restrict the number of does that hunters may kill. Since bucks will often mate with more than one doe in a season, the ratio of does to bucks set the stage for population explosion. If deer season was open, firearms hunters would apply for licenses, which in turn would provide more funds for wildlife preservation and environmental cleanup efforts, according to the deer expert Eric Picksack. Open season could boost tourism, economic value, and popular hunting spots as a result. This could be adventurous to smaller communities. If deer could be widely hunted, there would be more deer meat available to humans. That could take burden off of food pantries. The restrictions should be lifted on the type of deer hunting that can be done. For example, firearms and bows should be allowed in order to curb deer herds. If everyone worked together, environmentalists and hunters alike, deer herd populations can be controlled and not eliminated. If this happens, it is a win-win for everyone. There are many advantages to having the U.S. government allow deer hunters open season on deer. The deer herds would be thinned, which would relieve the stress on the ecosystem. Plants and trees and bushes would be allowed to grow into maturity in order for other wildlife to be able to prosper. Farmers, gardeners, and homeowners would no longer have to spend so much money on preventive measures to keep so many deer out of their fields and gardens. Less deer on the road means less auto encounters, which means less life-threatening auto accidents. The disease as well as spread by deer would decrease when the number decrease. That is good for both humans and other animals. When hunters are allowed to hunt deer year-round, the population will be kept in check year-round, and problems that deer cause for our society will be nearly eliminated. our world would be a safer and greener place without so many deer in it. Today's facts and statistics were shared to show that deer population needs to be thinned out. Deer cause many problems in our ecosystem, and they are responsible for a large number of human deaths due to car accidents. The U.S. government needs to step in and require all states to allow open hunting on deer year-round. Bucks and does should be hunted alike. When deer herds are thin, the ecosystem is restored to preventive measures to keep out deer from fields and gardens. Please visit www.kcoutdoors.com for more information about deer hunting and how you can become an advocate for responsible hunting laws.